Hi guys, I'm gonna do a quick tutorial on how to normalize some audio. I learned this from Johnny Meek, aka Tempe, and Mario Angel from the Flying Mars. So I got a sample here. This is for normalizing your audio and bring it up to 0 dB. I've got a sample here, simple like Kabasa hit, and it's like a shaker sound. And what we're first going to do is we're going to bring it into the arrangement view, the sample. I got it here already. So I go to the sample, and I'm first going to press Command J, also called consolidate. And what that's going to do is, if you look here at the bottom, and you see this number here, you just have to double click this to get the file to be normalized at 0 dB. Now you see how the waveform is changed. And when you double click that, you've changed the sound's volume, and then you can. So what I like to do is I go into the Finder. I don't like to keep unnecessary files, and I press Command J again. So now this is the new normalized file with this 0 dB setting, and I can remove the previous file, which is already selected. This was the one that was at like minus 13.5 dB or whatever it was, and then I delete that file. And then now I have this file which is normalized. So when I hit this, it should hit 0 dB. Let's try an experiment for that. If I play it, okay. So if you check the mixer here, sound is now at 0 dB. And I can set this to any level that I want, and it will be that level. I usually set the levels here. So if I wanted it at minus 6 dB, for example, minus 6 dB. So yeah, you double click and you see it's minus 6 dB here, it's minus 6 dB on the output too. Now, another thing that Johnny had suggested doing was to you can take the sample and put it in drum rack. So now I've got a drum rack here. I'm going to take this normalized new sample. I'm just going to place that there. And then I'm going to drag it across here into the drum rack. And now you have to do a little bit more modification here to get the drum rack to be at 0 dB every time you hit it at 100% velocity. So you go first to classic mode, switch it to classic mode, go to controls, change the velocity first here to be 100%, and then you gotta switch the volume here to become minus 22.8. This is found as from doing some scientific experiments between Johnny and Mario. You press minus 22.8, and now if I create a MIDI clip, and in the MIDI clip I create a hit here, and I put it at 100% velocity, now this sound here should hit 0 dB. Sorry, this other sound is playing. Let me just silent that other sound, and then let's try this one again. So if I press play, see how the sound comes to 0 dB? 0 dB over there. And the advantage of this technique here is that, for example, if you wanted to do a little drum fill, you could have multiple velocities, and then it hits up to that loudest point wherever you want it to be. So you can take this sample and, sorry, we're on this one now, and set it to minus 6 dB, for example. And then I'm not too familiar with what to do here, but you could like get the velocities going up and down, and then you have it controlled up to hitting the maximum volume of minus 6 dB. So that's how you normalize a sound in Ableton. Thanks so much to Johnny and Mario for teaching us that. You can use this with your kick drums and then set that to -6 dB as I learned from Oscar and Oron. Cheers, guys!